I'll make sure they don't fall over. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal. Welcome. Today I am going to do a little free library haul. My husband and I went to the city a couple weeks ago and I grabbed a box full. Some of these are on my TBR this month. This one is Life's a Beach by Claire Cook. It's about two sisters. Life's a bit of a beach these days for Ginger Walsh, who finds herself single at 41 and back home living in the family Frog, finished room over garage, in the fictional town of Marshbury, Massachusetts. She's hoping for a more fulfilling life as a sea glass artist, but mostly she's babysitting for her sister's kids and sharing overnights with Noah, her sexy glassblower boyfriend, with commitment issues and a dog that Ginger's cat isn't too crazy about. As if things aren't challenging enough, Ginger's BlackBerry addicted, married with children, older sister Jerry is pestering her to grow up, ditch Noah, and find a real mate. Then again, Jerry's facing the big 5-0. All her birthday angst is threatening to send her over the edge, possibly dragging Ginger along for the ride. With her parents threatening to sell her frog out from under her, Ginger's forced to make some unexpected changes in her life and surprises everyone, especially herself, in the process. It's a laugh out loud story, apparently. I haven't started it yet, but I am looking forward to it. And then we have Katie Carter Wants a Hero. Every Girl Wants to Be Swept Off Her Feet by Ruth... Is that Soberton? I've just started this one on Audible, listening to it. Katie Carter is a sucker for romance. A teacher by trade, she dreams of becoming a best-selling novelist, secretly writing a steamy historical bonkbuster. In staff meetings, she knows she's not supermodel or domestic goddess, but Katie fantasizes about a hero of her own, and she just thinks she's found him in her fiancé James. But when a dinner party with James's boss goes disastrously wrong, by way of a manic dog, a suggestively shaped cactus, and a runaway lobster, Katie finds herself newly single. Determined to change her way and win James back, she sets off on a journey that sees her living the celebrity's lifestyle, selling sex toys from under a vicar's roof, finally catapulted into the arms of her true hero. Richard Madley said, "Made me laugh out loud. It's a hoot, clever, and fresh." I've just started this today, so I am enjoying it so far. Next, we have Avon Historical Romance by Marlene Susson, Midnight Bandit. There's 3 of them here, actually. Oh, are they all by the same person? No, these 2 are by the same person. Midnight Bride and Midnight Bandit. Okay. I don't know if they're related or if they're a duology. I'm not sure, but they're romance, an Avon romance. We all pretty much know what those cover. And then I have Any Man of Mine by Rachel Gibson. What happens in Vegas doesn't always stay there. Autumn Haven's Las Vegas to-do list said to catch a show and play the slots, not wake up married to a sexy jerk like Sam LeClaire. The first moment she saw him eyeing her like a luscious piece of the dessert buffet, her usually responsible self told her to run, and she did, right into the wildest fantasy weekend of her life. But Monday morning jolted her back to reality, and before she could say pass the coffee, Sam was gone. Now a successful wedding planner, Autumn hasn't clapped eyes on the heartbreaking hockey star for over 2 years, until she organizes his teammate's special day, where Sam makes a big play to pick up where he left off, but she's vowed any man of hers plays for keep. Is Sam the man for her, or does she banish him to the sin bin forever? That one sounds good too. And then I have one by Lillian Clark. This is a monster romance, Stalked by the Kraken. A matchmaking witch, an ancient sea creature, and the sex contract they make. Welcome to the love bathhouse where desire and acceptance are in the water. Interesting. Okay. And then I have by Janet Daly, The Banyan Brothers Triumph. A hero to the end of the night. Deke Banyan, federal criminal investigator, risks his life just about every day, but that doesn't mean he'll let Kelly Jones do the same. A deadly international gang has targeted the gorgeous news anchor for knowing too much and trying to find out more. To protect Kelly, Deke will have to keep her close no matter how hard she fights him. Well, that sounds interesting. And then we have by Maeve B. I'm not sure how to pronounce her. The Whitethorn Woods. Everything is changing in Rossmore, no longer a sleepy Irish town. Nowadays it's a prosperous place, so busy a new bypass has been proposed. The people of Rossmore are divided, particularly since the road will go right through the Whitmore Woods and the well dedicated to St. Anna, well thought by some to have near spiritual properties, by others dismissed as superstition. Interesting. Okay. Not something that I would normally read, but I'm up for it. And in this one, I kind of looked at, it's In the Forest by Edna O'Brien. It's unaliving mystery, unaliving book, talking about unaliving is the story's climax, but the unaliver's motives are deeply buried in his psychosis rather than triggered by exterior conflict. Okay. And we have Silver-Tongued Temptress by Sarah Ackerman. And this is during England's war against Napoleon. Beatrice Westby fights for her life after her ship explodes and leaves her near death. Rescued by her childhood sweetheart, Luke Stefano, she is slowly nursed back to health by his grandmother. Okay, well, her memories are gone. She thinks she's married, but she's betrothed to somebody else. Okay, interesting. Silver-Tongued Temptress. And then I have The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper. What happens when life interrupts all your plans? So this looks like it's a romance. Cal Lewis is on his way to becoming a famous social media journalist with almost 500,000 followers. But when his pilot father is selected for a highly publicized NASA mission to Mars within days, Cal and his parents leave Brooklyn and all his career plans behind. In his new home of Houston, Texas, Cal is thrust into a media circus. Suddenly his life is more like a reality TV show, and he and his parents struggle to play the perfect American family. Then Cal meets Leon, whose mother is another astronaut, and he finds himself falling head over heels. Cal and Leon become an oasis for each other amid their hectic new lives. But as the frenzy around the mission amounts, Cal suspects there are secrets being kept from the families and the country that could change everything. Oh, okay. Interesting. So this is from Anne Bishop, The Queen's Price. I think a Black Jewel novel. I think this is fantasy. Enter the dark and realm of the black jewels in the sweeping story. Yes, best-selling fantasy saga of three young women who must navigate life within the powerful Sadblo family and come to terms with the witch, the queen, who is still the heart and will of this family. The queen's price is to stand against what you know is wrong, to stand and fight no matter the cost of your court or to yourself, especially to yourself. So Zoe is a young queen in training. She's wounded, and then the witch, Jillian's father, prepares for her virgin. Oh my, okay, so this is definitely fantasy, the Queen's Price. And then I did a short on this by Karen Slaughter, Criminal. This is a thriller mystery. A woman is found brutally unalived in a sordid Atlanta apartment. Her blood-soaked body bears a chilling similarity to a woman found unalived almost 40 years earlier. Soon, Special Agent Will Trent finds himself returning to the home he grew up in and a past that could hold the clues to the unalivings. I like Karen Slaughter. I look forward to putting this in my TBR. And then when I was younger, I read a lot of Danielle Steel. And so I grabbed Danielle Steel Heartbeat and Danielle Steel Vanished. I know that I've read this a long time ago and I've seen the show. I'm not sure about Vanished. Yeah, it's about a little boy who disappears, a 3-year-old boy. So that'll be interesting. See if I still like Danielle Steel as much as I did. And then this one I thought sounded really interesting. Siri, Who Am I? By Sam Shishida. This witty story checks the boxes for readers looking for a sharp-edged, highly entertaining look at selfie culture along with romance. So Mia Might looks like a millennial, but she was born yesterday, emerging from a coma with short-term amnesia after an accident. Mia can't remember her own name until the Siri assistant on her iPhone provides it. So based on her hair and her clothes, she's got like Prada and Chanel and stuff. She figures out that she's the girlfriend of some rich billionaire. But as Mia and Max work backwards through her Instagram and across Los Angeles to learn more about her, they discover a surprising truth behind her perfect Instagram feed and evidence that her head wound was no accident. Who was Mia before she woke up in the hospital? Is it too late for her to rewrite her story? Excellent. That looks great. And then I have Sophie Kinsella. Have I read some of her books? I wanted to read some of her books. I know she writes Shopaholic. This is Shopaholic and a Sister. What does it say about it? Has America's favorite shopaholic finally met her match? Some people said Becky Bloomwood is plucky and funny. You won't have to shop around to find more winning protagonist. Just a quick, easy read. And then I have two here. Yes. Two here by Katie Robert. And one is The Gargoyle's Captive. A demon novel. I'm not sure about these two. And The Kraken Sacrifice. These deal with the devil and monster hunters. But I'll give them a read and see if they're interesting. And then I have The Universe is Expanding, and So Am I. Smart, Observant, and Candid by Carolyn Mackler. What happens when happily ever after turns out to be less than perfect? It's been 5 months since 16-year-old Virginia Shreves thought her life was back on course. She's come to terms with who she is both inside and out, and she even started rebuilding her relationship with her older brother, whose charges completely shattered everything. Date charges. But just as she's getting used to the new normal, Virginia's world turns upside down again. Sparks with boyfriend, Froggy Welsh. And then the police arrest her brother. Interesting. Okay. Now, I know that this is the author of A Man Called Ove as well as Beartown. This is called Anxious People. Frederick Bachman. And I think it's a poignant comedy about a crime that never took place, a would-be bank robber who disappears into thin air, and 8 extremely anxious strangers who find they have more in common than they ever imagined. This will be going in my TBR. I have Beartown on hold, but I have not got it yet. I think he wrote a book too called The Friends that I would like to get, but I'm excited to read this one. And we're almost done here, Muirland by Carol Johnstone. Dark and devious, beautifully plotted with a watchmaker's precision by Stephen King said that. I love Muirland. It's dark and devious, a neo-Gothic featuring twin sisters and a deeply frightening old dark house. Beautifully written and plotted with a watchmaker's precision. So it's about 2 twin sisters who one escaped their old house, but the other one is living in it. With the startling twist of Gone Girl and the haunting emotional power of Room, a thrilling psychological suspense novel about twin sisters, the man they both love, and the dark childhood they can't leave behind. So this one I'm excited to read in the fall too. It sounds like it might be a good one for the fall TBR. And then I have A Duke Makes a Deal by Matilda Madison. When this duke wins a wife, all bets are off. When nouveau rich Clara Woodvine attends her first high society ball, she's expecting to be the most wonderful night of her life. Unfortunately, it turns out to be the worst. When Clara overhears her would-be fiancé has bet her and her dowry away in a card game to the Duke of Combe, aka the divorced Duke, all hopes for a happily ever after seems lost. This seems like it would be an interesting quick read. All right. We have Let's Take the Long Way Home, a memoir of, I think this is non-fiction. Female friendship is the beating heart of this book. And I think it's over these 2 women's lives, a memoir of friendship. And then I also have, it's in a short, Pretend She's Here. I'll be doing a review on my books that I read this month, but so far it's really good. I got it in with this haul as well, with the little free libraries. But I was surprised it is young adults. The girl in it is 15, almost 16, but so far I'm liking it. My Only Love by Catherine Sutcliffe. Again, this looks like a historical romance. Yeah, it's a historical romance. It's got like really small print. But yes, that was everything in my little free library haul. Any books that I don't want to read, I will be taking back to the little free library and possibly finding more. But thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and like, and I will see you again next time. Bye bye.